And we are live. Welcome back, guys, to today's podcast, episode 2. And I have a guest with me, Melvr. Say hi, Melvr.
Hello.
There you go. So, today's gonna be a sort of like a interview type of episode, I guess. But let's. Why don't you introduce yourself, Melvr?
I'm Melvr, a Norwegian player from the Bergen area, and I've been playing for 6 years, maybe? Let me check.
Yeah.
I started in 2016 in November. Yeah, that's more than 6 years. That's 7 years soon.
That's around the same time as me. I've also been playing. For those of you who don't know, we're talking about Osu, so that's it. But yeah, I've also been playing for around 6 years, yeah. So yeah, I have some questions for you. Some of them are just generic questions. Some of them will be a bit more specific, and then we'll talk a bit more out from those. I'm explaining a bit more since you're our first guest. So, yeah. But
Sounds good.
let's talk about your name. Why Melvr? Is there?
I actually picked the name Melvr because when I was younger, my username on Steam used to be my full name, Matthias Melvr. And some dude on CSGO told me, "Stop doxing yourself, you little shit kid." And he just told me, "Fix your name." So my username became Melvr.
Well, that's a funny reason. As for me, why I'm Kurean, it's because around 6 years ago when I made my Osu account, I looked up to all the Korean players, specifically Kokizi. I was like, yes, I will name myself Korean. As you'd expect, that's not really available. So I was like, yes, I changed the O into a U and you have Korean. And that's legit the reason why I'm called Korean to this day. But yeah. When did you get into Osu? I mean, we already talked about this around 6 years ago, but like, why did you play Osu? And why do you still play Osu to this day?
Okay, so I started playing Osu because I used to be a TF2 player, and once I was playing on a friendly server, and someone called "Osu is my life" joined the lobby, and he started typing, "I love Osu so much. Osu is so good. You guys should play Osu." And I checked his bio, and his bio was, "Osu is the best game ever." And for some reason this annoyed me, so I thought I have to download this game and beat the fuck out of this dude. And I did. He peaked at rank 100k.
That's actually a nice reason. So as for me, I just remember at least the first time I encountered it like way before I even started playing. This was back in. It was when PewDiePie made this video. I don't remember when that was. Was it 2014, 2013, I think? But still, I was too stupid at the time to understand how the game worked, or even how to download it, especially if you know how old Osu looked like. It looked like, the site itself looked like a virus.
I remember PewDiePie's video. I think he had tits in the thumbnail.
Yeah, he did. It was like one of the, at least at the time, standard maps that came downloaded. But yeah, I even remember just remembering Osu as like a puzzle game, so it didn't interest me for some reason. But then fast forward a couple years in 2017 actually, slash late 2016. At school we were supposed to bring our laptops with us, so we did. And then I see my friend, my classmate, he was playing Mania actually with his standard skin on his laptop. I was like, oh, what's that? And it's Osu. So, oh, cool. Fast forward a couple months, I was getting a gaming PC and everything for the first time. I was like, what game do I want to play? And I remembered Osu, and so I started to just search up how to play Osu, everything like that. Before I made my account and everything, I made my account once I got my PC in August, and so that's sort of how I got into Osu. And I didn't really have any goal when I started playing. I just wanted to become number one actually. So I just played a lot. So yeah. Speaking of goals, actually, what's your current goal in Osu, if you have any other than...
Currently I don't have any goals. I just lost all the tournaments I was in.
Yeah.
Oh wait, never mind. Actually, I'm in Hippo Cup. My goal is to get a good place in Hippo Cup.
But maybe just win a badge then, I guess. And
I don't really care much for badges.
Oh,
I just
okay.
care for cool tournaments like Hippo Cup and courses and other stuff.
Yeah. It's just general improvement when it comes to tournaments and playing, and just getting cool scores.
Badges aren't really cool anymore. I see so many 5 digits having them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Do you have a favorite score from the game, or any recent favorites?
Favorite from someone else?
Both from yourself and from someone else.
I think my all-time favorite isn't even that good of a score. Let me see if I find it. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. Everyone can enjoy the nice royalty-free jazz music that's being played.
Yeah, I can't find the score right now, but Matrix had a DTHR FC on Saturn, if you know that map.
I don't.
Saturn by Mr. Saturn.
Yeah, I still don't know.
Yeah, it's my oldest number 1.
Ah, okay. Ah, yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, Saturn by Mr. Saturn, mapped by Saturnalize.
Yeah, now I remember actually. So...
Yeah, Matrix had a DTHR score 4 years ago. That used to be my favorite score. For no real reason, I just saw the replay on YouTube and I thought it was so cool.
Yeah. So yeah. But we can both agree that Osu has had a pretty big impact in our lives, just when it comes to our friends, the majority of our friends play Osu as well. We meet them through Osu. But what would you be doing without Osu, actually?
I would probably still be playing TIC2. And my friend group would probably consist of mostly Americans.
As for me... yeah.
Wait, 1 second. On the previous question, what's your favorite score?
Oh, my favorite score?
Not by you, by someone else.
That's a good question. I can just, I'll go with the classic Cookiesi Hidden Hard Rock on Freedom Dive. That's a pretty good score, and a pretty legendary score as well. Other than that, I really like Ruruchi's SS on Big Black, even though, it's Big Black, but I just really like the video itself and his reaction to it. That's yeah. Oh, Madetto. Just when it comes to scores, I look more into of course the play itself, but I also like to just look at the reaction that people have, as well as the player's reaction, because it fills me with joy to just see a player just either genuinely surprised or happy at their score, as well as the chat also just agreeing, all like collectively agreeing the score is really good.
I like seeing people freak out, basically.
Yeah, that's all that too.
Also, I forgot to ask something. On the topic of starting out Osu, do you still have any of your old stream overlays? The Ben 10 overlay, or the Shaggy overlay, or the messed up overlays you had?
I wish. Speaking of those, for anyone here who does not know about my previous stream overlays, they were so good.
Please take a screenshot and like put it on screen if you can.
Yeah, I'll see.
I need people to see this.
Yeah. If I don't, you can find old clips of me playing with those overlays on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Kurean__. But they were basically overlays that had. I had one friend who made me those overlays. I forgot his name, but we were pretty similar ranked at the time, and he used to watch me a lot.
Why did you choose Ben 10?
Because Ben 10's my favorite show. And as well as I thought it would be funny. So I got the Ben 10 overlay, and it's not even like the good Ben 10, it's the new Ben 10 that's like not really that good.
Did you tell him to use that, or?
No, he just found it himself. And then we had the Scooby-Doo one, because I just liked Scooby-Doo at the time. I mean, I still like Scooby-Doo, and I just thought it was funny, as well as if you remember the time, it was also around the time when like Ultra Instinct Shaggy and those types of memes were popping up. So, you know, that was like fresh on my mind, and so I was, oh yeah, make me that. And he just made them. But I really do wish I still had those.
You should take a screenshot and like use it as a bad quality overlay on your stream again.
Yeah, I just have
to look awful, but that's part of the charm.
That's true, it's true. But yeah, it's on my old PC, but the hard disk on that old PC has been wiped, so it's lost forever. So unless this friend of mine has it on his computer,
you should ask him.
I should ask him, but I forgot. I genuinely forgot his name. So that's a good, you know, that's a good thing to ask me, actually. Yeah. But yeah.
Okay, what was your next question?
Oh yeah, my next question. Yeah. Yeah, I was actually about to like answer about like how different my life would be without Osu. At least with you have like, oh, you'd be playing TF2 and like that, and for me it feels weird, but I feel like I'd be less competitive as a person if it wasn't for Osu. Osu really did ignite this competitive nature that I have. You know, I had it naturally from before, but I just
still live in Ålesund.
Yeah, I'd probably be going to school in Ålesund. Either that, or I would either be pursuing. I'd either maybe take Japanese studies, as I do right now, maybe. But even then, the reason why I decided to just pick Japanese studies was because I was watching a Doomsday stream, and I was like just talking about being interested in doing Japanese studies, and one dude in his stream, he actually said, "Oh, I've actually taken that," and so, and then I start asking him in the Twitch DMs things actually a lot about like how it was for him, and I found out, oh, he's Norwegian as well. Shout outs to his name's Neat on Discord. I don't think he has any specific like name, but
I was in voice chat with him once.
yeah, we played.
Does he have a picture of a knight?
He has a picture of Snusmumriken or whatever his name is.
Oh, yeah, it used to be a knight, I think.
Yeah, but still, so even that was affected because even that's been affected because of Osu. Because I don't think I would have been that sure about picking it. So I've actually thought about it a lot, about like where I would be. And I've boiled it down to a couple scenarios. I'd either be trying to pursue something within gaming, because I'd always wanted to be a game designer or game producer or whatever. I'd either be grinding out drawing, because that's actually what I did before Osu. So, you know, maybe that's one negative from me playing Osu all the time and spending my time there, you know. So I would have most likely pursued something within like creative liberties, you know, creative arts and something like that, or anything.
Yeah, you used to be pretty good at drawing.
Yeah, but I stopped for some reason. I should probably just continue. But yeah, so yeah, anything that's got to do with like creative works or anything like that, and as well as probably something within gaming. So that's probably where I'd see myself if it wasn't for Osu. And even then, the friends and everything like that would be completely different. Even a lot of like my mentality when it comes to life does come from Osu, when it comes to just doing something again and again and practicing until you're good.
Addicted to the grind.
Yeah, basically. That mentality for me has, you know, especially recently for like this past year, that mentality has really affected me when it comes to like how I want to do things. And so that's interesting, at least, you know. And then, you know, there's also the third scenario where it's like, I have no idea. Because things could, when it comes to life and all that, things could just end up so differently, just doing something slightly different, right? I mean, if you hadn't messaged me on Discord a couple of years ago, I might have just never have gotten to know you, or never have gotten to be this close friends with you as well.
I mean, you will probably get to know me since both of us are top 10 players in Norway.
That's also true, but again, it's not as if just because I'm a top player, it's not as if I'm good friends with everyone amongst the top players in Norway, right?
True.
It's not as if it's not as if I go and talk with Chaotic Turtle, for example, another top player in Norway. It's not as if I talk with him every day. Yeah, I do, you know, he's cool and stuff, but it's sort of different when it comes to you, because I've known you for a long time. We've also played Osu together and ranked up, you know.
Yeah.
And so it's completely different. We've also met and many times.
Yeah, you also live pretty close now.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, what's the next question?
Yeah, how long do you think of, how long do you think you'll be playing Osu for? At least, and I don't mean like, you just completely stop playing. I mean like, how you currently do like with tournaments and stuff like that. Do you plan on having an eventual retirement? Or
Osu has always been just a game I open up when I'm bored. I'm not a very grindy person. I usually just open the game to have some simple fun. So I don't think I'm ever gonna properly quit. I'm just gonna open it less.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I don't see any reason to have a proper quit W moment.
Yeah. I was thinking more of like, in the similar sense of like Bubble Man, when he, it's not as if he quit Osu. It's more that he just quit playing tournaments in Osu, and similar stuff, right?
Yeah, he quit the competitive part.
Yeah.
But I've never been very competitive. I'm a little competitive sometimes. If I
Yeah.
feel like my rank is getting too low, I start grinding. But usually I just play whatever I find fun. And that can either be 5 stars, 6 stars, 7 stars, or 9 stars. It's random literally every single week.
Yeah, that's fair enough. As for me, I do eventually. Well, it's not necessarily because I plan on stopping. It's just the nature of how my life. It's just the direction of how my life is going that I know I will eventually just not have enough time for Osu, or my priorities will be different, right? And so,
You're moving to Japan.
yeah, I'm gonna be. So I really only have this year for me to sort of play very competitively and sort of engage with the OC community at least with a lot a lot more, right?
You have to grind so you can get into OWC before you go to Japan.
Yeah.
I know you can do it, you just have to try.
Yeah. I really do want to get into OWC because when it comes to my goals for OSU, OWC has always been there. I'd always wanted to make it when it comes to like a world-class stage to just play competitively for a country, right?
Even if you do complete dog shit and everyone makes fun of you, I have very good experience with that. You can still say you played on the team.
Exactly, exactly. So there we have it. Speaking of the future, actually, do you have any idea of what you're gonna be doing in 10 years?
My plan is to study computer science.
Computer engineering?
Yeah, computer engineering.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be doing something along those lines. I'm really not sure.
Yeah, I mean, I guess same. Well, not computer engineering, but when it comes to my bachelor in Japanese, I'll be planning on finishing that, but that's of course only 3 years. So what I'll be doing after that, I'm pretty unsure. I have some plans or some ideas. I thought maybe taking something within astronomy after doing my Japanese, but that's very hard considering I have to do bachelors in physics, physics, mathematics, logistics as well.
It's really fun if you get properly into it.
Yeah. And not just that, if I do manage to get a bachelor or get a degree in astronomy, I'll be qualified for so many other jobs as well. It's a very versatile degree. Like you can get a job in like a lot of like high-paying earning jobs when it comes to astronomy. But for me myself, it's more it's not the money, because who would go into astronomy for money? Just considering the amount of work, right? It's just my interest has always lied in like space and that kind of stuff. So it's either that or again something within gaming. I've also thought about trying out to be a script writer for games.
Script writer for games? Which kind of games do you have in mind?
Really, mostly the RPG types of games.
Oh, like NPC dialogue?
Yeah, NPC dialogue, not just NPC dialogue of course, but mostly just world building and stuff like that. Because again, I am a bit more on the creative side when it comes to just the spectrum of jobs, I guess. I lie more on the
World
creative
building is
side.
really fun.
Yeah, and I also just have ideas constantly like swirling around in my head, and I just have moments where I think, oh, that's a good idea, I should write that down. So
do you?
I do. I did actually have a small period in my early teens where 13, 14, where I actually tried to write my own light novels and isekai stories, actually.
Do you remember some of the stories?
I barely remember them, but I remember a story I had, which was
Did you have a main character?
I had a small. There was I had a main character, at least in this one story. She was a little girl reincarnated into Nazi Germany.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's basically like Tanya the evil, but just different, I guess. If you know that show, Tanya the Evil is like an anime, but yeah.
I have no clue. Let me look it up.
You play these songs from the anime.
Tanya the Evil. Let me look at the intro. Oh,
Yeah.
Jingle Jungle.
Yeah. Basically, you know, and I just, and you know, I just always like think of stuff, and I'd find that fun. But again, it's different doing something for fun and then doing something professionally or to get a career, you know. Because in the first place, who would I'd need to establish myself as a proper writer, as well as like
you
an
need to have a
educated.
good portfolio.
Yeah, I'd need to have a good portfolio, especially when it comes to like gaming and having like companies seek me out specifically, right? Either that or maybe just see if there's like availabilities when it comes to like script writing, even just being an assistant script writer or something like that. So either way, when it comes to the future, I have to put in so much work, and I'm excited mostly. I'm excited to see where I'll be in 10 years, whether that's in Norway, in Japan, wherever.
Get yourself a Japanese wife.
Maybe. But yeah, that was a bit more of a deeper question, I guess. So, yeah.
Japanese wife?
Well.
Okay, what's the next question, if you have any more?
Yeah, it's again, this is more of a OSU related one. How do you feel about the growth that OSU has had in the past 2 to 3 years? Do you feel this influx of new players has attributed to an overall net positive for the community, or has the influx of players caused negativity to be spread around in the community?
I feel like the community is overall way more retarded than it used to be. But it's also very nice to have more people, more content, more people paying attention to what's going on. It's fun to see bigger numbers.
Yeah.
I see also creators with tweets that hit 1,000 likes every single time they tweet.
Yeah.
I think that's cool. It didn't used to be like that.
There's also OSU has become a lot more mainstream, at least amongst the overall gaming community. I've noticed, you know, this is also partly because of at least now I've noticed, like, you know, that AI, Neuro-sama.
Yeah.
That AI has become very, like, mainstream, and mostly because it's just the nature or the trend, I guess, with AI generated stuff. And then you see this Neurosama AI just completely shred in OSU, as well as, you know, Vedal, the creator of the AI, has also been really good at like just having the AI just play Minecraft and do other things besides OSU.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to see that this AI has caused so much, not necessarily controversy, but discussion, and that people are looking at this AI and talking about it, and that this AI originally comes from OSU, right?
Yeah.
And as well as with new players coming in, you know, it's fun seeing how tournaments are becoming larger and larger.
Yeah, it's fun to see prize pools go up.
Yeah, that's as well.
The thing with OSU is it still feels like a small game, but it's actually huge.
It is. It
Like
really
I've
is.
seen most names in the top 1,000, and I think it's really fun.
Yeah, and the general skill ceiling of like everyone is increasing because that's just how it is when it comes to larger amounts of players coming in, as well as just the time spent on playing the game makes it so that everyone is improving. But what I do feel
More competition means more
yeah.
skill.
Yeah, but what I do feel, it's been overall a net positive, at least in my case. But the negatives are there, and the negatives are very disturbing, honestly, or not disturbing, but just so negative, if you understand what I mean, because
What are the consequences?
Anything, there's a lot more clout chasers nowadays. I feel like people who
Oh yeah.
people who come in who, and this is also not just a result of OSU, but I feel this is because of COVID and isolation fucking everyone up for 2 years mentally, at least the younger kids, right? And so
Yeah.
and so there's so much focus on being online and having a large scale of influence around you. And I won't mention any names, but some people are so like addicted to these like virtual numbers, even to the point of like if they have around even just 1,000 followers on Twitter, not they'll immediately, and I see your account, this happened to me once, and they'll think that they're better than you because they have a larger following. I'm not joking. This happened. I won't mention any names, but I won't mention any names because I can't be bothered. But you probably know slightly who I'm talking about.
Maybe.
If you don't, I'll tell you later when we're finished.
I thought you were talking about content creators.
Well, yeah, content creators or just Twitter people, basically. And so
I think people on Twitch just realized that being good at also makes people watch you.
yeah,
and especially speed. So there's a lot of popular speed players that stream.
yeah. But I'm not necessarily talking about the streamers themselves. I'm talking about just other people just causing so much negativity because that's just, it's quote unquote funny, I'm doing like imaginary air quotes funny. But it is a very like most of the content creators on Twitch and maybe YouTube as well, they're mostly wholesome. But of course, it might be just that Twitter is different. It definitely is.
Twitter is usually a cesspool.
Yeah.
You shouldn't base your opinion of a community based on Twitter.
Yeah, but I do think it is mostly true that there has been a lot more negativity in OSU, because I see a lot more people just complaining about the community now more than ever, actually.
You might also be a bit biased because of the account OSU Drama Days. They only post negative stuff.
Yeah, that's also
You don't
true.
really see much of the positive.
That's also true.
A lot of positive stuff happens, it just doesn't get shouted out.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it does happen a lot, and it always warms my heart whenever I see any like meetups or something like that on Reddit happening, because it's just, oh yeah, friends meeting with each other, and that's always nice to see. So you have that. But overall, this new generation of players coming in, it also is growing larger each year, and it's fun. It's fun to see a lot more people playing this game that me, and just getting into this game. And yeah.
I mean, the improvement after the game started blowing up is insane.
That's also true.
Like, it's just a few years ago that the PP record was like 900, 800 PP.
Yeah, I remember Necrophantasia being the PP record at
Yeah,
like 8.
it doesn't feel that long ago, but
it's been.
It's actually quite a few years ago now.
Yeah. you know, and
I
there's
think it's 5 years ago.
yeah, yeah, like oh yeah, like
The
Jesus.
first 1000 PP score is 4 years ago, I think.
Yeah,
That
that's
was Tsukinami.
yeah. I remember it in 2020 slash late 2019 or something like that. I just remember being completely amazed. And then now there's so many thousand PP scores now. I can barely like count.
Just Emrek has so many.
Just Emrek has so many. That's true. It feels wild, and it feels crazy to see that standard has overtaken other modes when it comes to PP records. Because
Yeah, it
I've
used to be the other modes
Yeah.
that had like 1,500 PP scores.
yeah, and now it's like Osu, has come out on top now.
What's the PP record currently? Is it Eterna's Ascension to Heaven?
I think so, but honestly, I can barely keep up with it, especially since I'm mostly just focusing on myself and my friends.
Oh.
So I've just, when it comes to scores, I have lost interest, honestly, especially the more I play, the more I sort of just focus on myself and focus on self-improvement than other scores. Although I will
Yeah.
check on other players' scores sometimes.
Oh, also another good thing with the community growing so big is that the diversity we have now is insane. You see players doing wild shit every single day. Have you seen Splitty, the ECDT guy?
Yeah, I have.
That's just one example.
Yeah.
There's people specializing in stuff, and there's a lot more of them than it used to.
Yeah.
Like before, Easy was a rare mod to see, but now there's so many Easy players popping up.
I see a lot of like,
Or flashlight players.
Yeah.
Like Kalandlu is relatively new.
Yeah, I see a lot more variety when it comes to playing, and that's very fun to see. Honestly, I really do. I enjoy more those types of scores than the record-breaking pushing scores, if you understand.
I enjoy both.
Yeah, but I think let's move on. Actually, like, what does Osu mean to you?
It's just a game. It has always been just a game to me. I think it's cool that I have a very different friend group that I would have if I didn't start playing. But the game itself, I just played for fun and I don't think very much about it.
That's very different from how I think about the game. Or not exactly very different, because at the end of the day it is just a game. But I can't just say that it's just a game, just considering how much of an impact it's had on me. Whether that be positive or negative, I don't know. I think I try to think that it's overall been a positive for me. I mean, it's been positive because I've met you, I've met a lot of different people from Osu.
Yeah.
And I really do, and I say this with complete serious connotation. I really do love this game. I've never experienced another game like Osu ever.
I like the community. The game is fun and all. I love it, but the community is what makes it special. Like COE, for example, that's really fucking cool.
Yeah, COE.
And the friends and people you meet. That's what makes the game fun. It would not be the same if you just played for yourself.
I guess so.
It's not the game that makes it special, it's the people around it.
For me, I will say this, I love this game. Like, you could take away the community, you could take away the people, I'd still sit and play the game, because I really do just love the game. There's no other game to me that's the same as Osu. I've tried out other rhythm games, I've tried out everything, a lot of different types of rhythm games, and just many different types of games, and there's been no other game that's captivated me this much, that's made me feel so much. Um, if you know, it sounds very like it's a very like emotional statement, I guess. You know, but it really is how it is for me.
It's obvious that you care when we lose the tournament and you start screaming.
Yeah, that's true. But it's because I love the game and I want to get better. And so on one hand you have the mentality of it's just a game, let's just have fun. And you know, I do.
We lost against a 5-digit.
Let's not talk about it right now.
We lost against 4 digits, and then we lost against the worst seed.
Yeah, and then let me explain. So, in Dynamic, there's a tournament called Dynamic Duos.
Yeah, we did so bad.
But thing is, not necessarily so bad.
We did
just,
awful.
Yeah.
We lost.
We lost, basically. But here's the thing. Our first match...
We suck.
Yeah, Melvr, let me just...
There's no point in coping.
I know, I'm not coping, but I just want to tell how ridiculous this is. The first match... Okay, we lose it, and then we find out, oh, okay, we would have played against the highest seed, which includes Malishevsky, Rektagon, and Enris, if that's his name. Which is like, okay,
Henry?
we would... Henry, yeah, Henry. And, okay, we would have lost anyways, right? And then we lose again against the lowest seed. And then we're like, ah, fuck, okay. And then I check out on the results for, the first seed. And the first seed had forfeited against the guys we lost to. So if we had won that first match, we would have won against, most likely also, won against the first seed because of forfeit, and then stayed in winner's bracket, and at least maybe gone into like semi-finals or something like that.
We're so bad, man.
Actually, but oh well, it is what it is. No point in coping. But yeah, I do.
Oh, you coped so hard when it happened.
I know. It's just how it is. It's mostly also just a way for me to just again cope, I guess.
Scream.
Yes. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun though, but we did lose, so not fun. But yeah, but I do love the game.
I had more fun losing than winning because your reaction just made it so good.
Yeah. But going back to, like, I do love the game, and it's mostly because of just the feelings I get when I play just the correct map. Do you know what, if you know that feeling, that it's generally just how it is. You're sitting there, the difficulty is just right, the song hits so fucking hard, and you're just in complete focus, and you just think inside of yourself like, man, I love this game. I've had a multiple occasions where that's happened, where I'm just completely focused, nothing's in my mind except for the map and just my love for the game. And whenever that happens, it really just brings me back to like, oh yeah, I love this game, and I really don't see myself stopping.
Yeah,
out
were you in the flow state when you did Benzo?
Yeah, I was. I was.
Nice, man. You
Thank
really
you.
popped off.
Why are you talking like that? Anyways, next question. How was COE? You mentioned COE. How was COE?
COE was really fun. I met a lot of cool people. I got drunk literally every single day.
Is there any specific stories you want to tell from COE? You can always...
Some of them are really messed up, so I don't know if I can say them. Because it didn't happen to me, but it happened to someone in particular.
Yeah.
Someone also from Norway.
You can just
I can say that Penguincy had a crazy COE.
You're talking about that. Oh well,
He had a crazy COE.
I'll ask him about it and he's
Yeah,
on.
that's a good question for your podcast with him.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, so let me think. I was really drunk and I saw Spassa, and
Yeah.
I asked him to take a picture with me, and then I forgot I did that. So when I saw him again, I was like, "Holy shit, I have to take a picture." So I asked him again. I asked him like 3 or 4 times because I kept forgetting I had taken a picture with him. And this happened several times with other people as well. I kept forgetting I was taking pictures with them. So when I woke up the day after, I had like so many pictures with everyone.
But that's nice though. That's
Yeah, but I
nice.
can't imagine how fucking annoying it was. Some drunk dude comes up to you and asks for a picture every 5 minutes.
You also have that picture of Rafis that she took on your DS.
Yeah, I took a picture with Rafis on my 3DS. That was funny.
Did you post that
I just
anywhere actually?
I posted it on my Twitter. I saw him walking
Nice.
past me, and I had my 3DS up, which I brought just to show other people. Like, I just wanted to see someone play Mario mini games, which someone did. It was Hundur.
Oh yeah, I've heard Hunter is nice.
Yeah, he's nice. He's
Mm.
cool. But yeah, I just had it up, and Rafis walked past, so I just thought I have to take my chance.
Yeah, that's that's funny. You gotta for next COE. You know, hopefully I'll be there as well. You gotta go and ask more top players if they can just take a picture on your DS with you. But yeah.
I can send you. I can actually send you the picture if you want to put it up on the video.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
Give
That
me a
would be
second.
nice. You can just do it afterwards.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I found it anyway.
Yeah. Okay, nice. But this isn't in the questions, but I came up with it right now.
Here you go.
Speaking of Norwegian players, you mentioned Hunder. Is there any other that you like feel like need to deserve some extra recognition? Not just because of skill, but just being nice and friendly or anything like that. Like amongst
Players
Norwegian
that
players.
need extra recognition.
Well, not necessarily extra, but you get my point. Any players you want to sort of like mention?
Oh, shoutouts.
Yeah, I guess a shout out. Yeah.
Let me find a list.
No.
Shoutouts to Fjell, Comfy, Coldfingers, Chris H. Obi, Penguincy, Cypex, Stian, Snodda, Kongmark, Yolkspy. Who else?
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, that's all my shoutouts for now. And Sestity.
Ah, yes, Cestis is nice. I met him on the street the other day, actually. Alex. That was his name, right? Yeah. I met him
Yeah.
on the street on the other day, actually. It was nice. But yeah. Any favorite players, though? Besides me?
If I have any favorite players.
Yeah, besides me. You know, amongst the Norwegians.
Oh, besides the Norwegians.
Yeah, I said besides me
Fuck.
because, of course, I'm your favorite. It's just,
Of course.
Yeah, of course. Nah, you know, I won't pressure you if you just don't know any.
Currently Penguincy.
Yeah, he's improving good. That's a fair answer. Or well, he's currently in a slump, but so.
I just find it fun because I got to know him when he was a hard stuck 4 digits and now he's 2 digits.
Oh, I really want to tell a story with me and him, but I think I'll save that for next week actually.
Yeah.
Because it's just how it's just we've had a lot we've had a crazy like coincidences and like just how we first met up with each other, or not, you know, not physical, but like how we first got to know each other. It's really interesting how far back we actually go, even when we didn't even realize it.
I think I got to know him when we played 4WC.
Yeah, I'm like, we were both, you know, but you know Igos Rar, right? Or you don't know him, but you know that's also how we sort of met or talked with for the first time, right? Was-
Igor just messaged me on, I think it was
Yeah,
Osu, and
that's
said, "Yo, you wanna watch my stream?"
yeah, that's his thing. He used to do that a lot back in the day. That's how he got a lot of like viewers. Actually,
I never watched him, but I joined the stream, saw a Discord link, and just wanted to see who these people are.
yeah.
That's when you messaged me.
Yeah, I don't remember what I messaged. I think I just saw that you were Norwegian. I remember now. Yeah, now I remember. I remember seeing you. I think you were also top 50 at the time. I think you were higher ranked than me.
I think I was probably like rank 30 or 40.
Yeah, and I remember. Yeah, actually, yeah, I remember. It's either this or I'm just gaslighting myself right now. but I but I do distinctly remember seeing you on the leaderboards, and then also seeing you join the server, and I was like, oh, I think that's the same dude. And so I just messaged you. I think I messaged you something like, "Hey, are you Norwegian?" or something like that.
I don't remember. I just remember you had that shaggy profile picture.
Yeah, and wasn't I also one of like the first like Norwegians to like interact with you as well?
Probably. I used to play the game completely by myself. I never interacted with the community before that. He messaged me, and I found that so random. I had to check out the stream.
Yeah.
I started. I officially started in 2016, but I didn't start playing properly around early 2017.
Yeah, like a lot of older
And
players.
I didn't interact with the community at all before like 2019.
Yeah. This is the same with me, or not necessarily 2019, it was more 2018 actually. If I, still I started late 2017 or around August of 2017, and I just grinded, and then I remember.
Interacting with the community is the best thing you can do for your skill because
Yeah.
you have friendly competition.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I properly, or at least began interacting with the Norwegian community around. It was when I was in a LAN party, and that was also the first time I'd met. This was fall 2018. It was around when we Norwegians have like during like a week. Norwegians usually go to Poland to see like Auschwitz and stuff like that. At least in my school, and so I didn't really go to that. I went to a LAN instead, and so I went to that and played Osu, and yeah, that's how addicted I was. But I remember, crazy coincidence. I first met another Norwegian player that was higher ranked than me. That was Rappel. Actually, I was around 6k. He was around 1,000 ranks higher than me, around there, or 500 ranks higher than me, and completely pure chance, he sat in front of me. And so I remember just playing Osu, and especially at that time, my tapping was very loud because of like just my tapping style. And so he was
Was
like,
that the time you had awful act on everything?
yeah, that was a beast aim, but awful act. and so I remember interacting with him, and then I remember going into hashtag Scandinavia and just typing there random shit, because again I was like 2 days without sleep, and I was like doing shit for giggles, right? And so I remember being there, and I remember Fjell actually typing, and I remember Rappel going, "Oh yeah, that's one of the best stream players in Norway." I was like, "Oh shit!" And his rank at the time was around 300, I think. This was 2018 again. He was, at least 3-digit. And then through that, I joined a server called Cherry Blossoms, or something like that. And then also Norway was made, and I joined that as well. And so that's sort of how that happened, and that's sort of like how I got to like, interact with the Norwegian community, for better and worse. As I was so.
Who watched your streams during the Ben 10 era? who were your viewers?
6 digits, and some friends I made through multi and stuff like that, and a lot of them sort of, you know, what's it called, sort of, you know, fell off, I guess, and sort of, but some of them do come back when I do stream, and it's always nice because they're like, oh, I remember watching you then, and you know, blah blah. It's always so wholesome. But just a bunch of like randoms, and you know, and the ones who stuck with me, they stuck with me and sort of just watched me all the time when I used to play. So I did used to have a pretty like solid community actually when it came to streaming, and I did spend a summer grinding for affiliate for Twitch, where I'd stream every day. I streamed every single day. You know how
Nice.
Penguins, he streams every day. Yeah, he doesn't stream every day. He's like, oh, let me take a break, you know. But I just streamed every day, and I really did build a like smallish community from that actually.
Is affiliate really hard to get? I don't stream.
Not really, because again, if you do stream every day, you will eventually get affiliate, and especially if you just have a couple friends to just like, the hardest part about affiliate is probably just getting the follower amount, because it's like you need to have 3 average viewers, maybe 5, and that's, I mean, if you start streaming now, you can just I think you'd probably have like 5 to 7 average viewers, and you could just ask some friends to just put the stream in the background and just stream every day, because it's like you have to have a minimum of so and so many hours streamed, as well as a minimum of around 5 viewers average, as well as I think was at the time it was like 70 followers, I think, or 100 followers. I don't remember. I don't know how it is right now, but it's probably along those lines. So it's not really that hard to get affiliate, but I do remember just grinding out to try to get affiliate. And it was really fun as well. You know, I used to be a lot more energetic when I used to stream before. Now I'm, you know, again, I can't really be as...
I remember you taking your shirt off when you got PP.
Oh yeah, yeah. Er det PP? Er det PP? Ja, ja, ja. You know, that's a good Norwegian meme, and I find it so funny that a lot of, like, at least the top players in Norway just know that. You know.
I mean, the thing most people meme right now is that it's so fucking bad.
Oh,
if you know which clip I'm talking about.
Yeah, the what's it called? The Risk of Rain 2 clip.
Yes.
Yeah, that shit, holy shit. But you know, it's, and just going back to the community, it feels weird to consider myself a part of the top player community, as well as just being known. Because I remember, as well as, because you mentioned, or you showed me a screenshot of a guy asking you if I live in Bergen, right? Or if I am in Bergen, and you're like, oh yeah, he literally lives here now. And then the guy being like, oh yeah, I saw him, but I wasn't sure if it was him, and I was talking with my friends about if it was him, you know? So, that kind of stuff, it makes me happy, honestly. It really does. I feel sort of, you know, a mixed sense of, you know, accomplishment, pride, you know, something along those lines, and it's just really fun, honestly. And when it comes to my Japanese bachelor right now, you'll see where this is relevant. I'm in fagutvalget, which is basically the student council for my class, right? And we have a couple of plans that involve it involves what's it called? Yeah, it involves having more. Our plan is to get more involved within, like, the local community of, like, Japanese speakers, or not Japanese speakers, but for example with one of the high schools, Amalie Skram videregående, they have their own Japanese class that, you know, students can take, and we plan on doing, like, you know, events with them, or, you know, at least trying to make them, you know, get people to want to take Japanese bachelors, right? Stuff like that. And so
Yeah.
I am fully prepared because it's Japanese, aka weebs, aka rhythm games, aka OSU players. I am fully prepared for someone to just go like, "Oh, are you Korean?" You know,
Imagine the disappointment if it doesn't happen.
I won't be. Well, yeah, true. Another crazy thing is that in my class there's around 7 people who play OSU, and I'm not even the highest ranked. The highest ranked is Comfy. He's so there's 2 3 digits as well as 1 4 digit and two 5 digits and like 2 6 digits, and then as well as other couple people who like gamed a little bit. So there's just
OSU class.
OSU class. But a lot of like a lot of like so that's a crazy coincidence, honestly. So but let me ask a question for you now. What's your most embarrassing moment in life?
Oh my god.
If
Let me think.
you dare to share, that rhymed.
It's probably just gonna be taking a shit when I was 10 years old and my older brother's girlfriend came in because I left the door unlocked by accident.
Oh, this isn't my most embarrassing moment. Funny. This is probably isn't my most embarrassing moment, but it's a very recent moment. I'm not talking about the tournament now. I'm talking about when I sat and I was studying in my university, and there's a like very nice place with like 2 tables and like some couches. That's right besides where the Japanese teachers or professors have their what's it called, offices, right? And so one of the professors was about to leave, blah blah, and so I was sitting with my friends and I was like, "Oh, bye bye, sensei."
Oh my god.
Well, thing is, they say that they support us, just saying shit, and I was like, "Oh yes, oh yeah." I just didn't think about it much. I was like, "Oh, bye bye, sensei," and she sort of just stops up for a little bit and then just continues walking without turning around and acknowledging me, and that was so embarrassing for me. I started to get flushed on my face. I was red. I got my face got entirely pink from embarrassment.
Fucking retard.
You don't call me that, okay? and and that's such a funny moment. So I guess that that's an embarrassing moment. So yeah, but yeah, but outside of OSU, what do you do?
Hobby wise, I just play whatever on my PC. It can be. It's usually roguelikes.
Yeah, yeah. Well, like whatever.
Right now it's Noita, and I also recently bought a GameCube for no other reason than I wanted one.
Hmm.
So I'm collecting GameCube games when I have money.
Ah. Okay. That's chill. But other than gaming, you just hang out and
Yeah, I
chill.
don't do much besides gaming. I
Yeah.
chill. I watch movies like twice a month,
Yeah, that's
and I
fair
hang
enough.
out with people I know.
Yeah,
I'm guessing you do mostly the same.
yeah. I mean, besides playing OSU, I do just study. I try to study as much as I can because again, I'm studying a language and I need to learn it. And so, and with how competitive I am, I've gotten a self-proclaimed. I made myself a self-proclaimed rival. His name is Matthias as well, but with a TH. He's very smart. He has like an IQ of 140, and he's very smart, and he studies every day and shit like that. So I was just like, I'm gonna catch up to you,
Nerd.
and I'm gonna be better. He's a very fun guy. I think you'd also like him if you met him. And I do think of potentially having him on my podcast as well, because he has a lot of interesting things to say, and you know, very interesting person in general. So you know.
Does he play Osu?
No, he doesn't. He plays Project Sekai on his phone actually. Or I mean, I guess only on his, since it's a phone game, which is a rhythm game as well. Sort of like Archaea, so kind of, I don't know, Mania type on the phone. It's quite good at that actually, but he doesn't play Osu, no. And you know, I sort of joke around by saying like, oh yeah, if he played, I don't want him to play Osu, because if he played Osu, he'd probably get better than me within like 3 months, because he'd probably set up a fucking algorithm to find out the most efficient way to get good at the game, because he is genuinely that smart. He makes algorithms so that he can most efficiently learn kanji, and this is why I want him to be a guest on this podcast, because he has so much like just funny stories about he hacked into the US government of self-defense or something, because he wanted to find like Japanese resources for, you know, language learning resources. So he managed to accidentally during one of his like algorithm stuff, he managed to crash the official government website for the US military, and he got a mail about it from them asking like what he's up to. And he was like, oh shit, sorry. As well as just other stories about like, oh yeah, he almost got hired by Google when he was like a bit younger. You know, just, you know, shit like that, right? So it's like, you know, I'd love to have him on the podcast, because I think we'd have a lot of like interesting conversations. So you know.
Yeah. Sounds fun.
It does sound really, yeah. But we've gone an hour now, and we've actually gone through almost all of the questions actually.
How many do you have left?
Let's see. I have one question left, and that's your favorite games of all time. Actually.
Oh my god.
You know, it was just a very
Probably
like
Terraria.
Terraria. Ah, okay. That's nice. Yeah.
It has to be Terraria.
But yeah.
I'm guessing you're talking about non-Osu games.
Well, yeah, considering I mean, you could also talk about Osu if that's your favorite game of all time, you know.
It's not.
Yeah. But yeah, I think today's been a very good episode, and so I think
Remember the outro.
Oh, I'll edit in an outro afterwards. But yeah.
And remember the picture of Rafis and the overlays.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Good luck finding that in the audio file.
But yeah. Anyways, it's been fun having you here, and I hope you also had fun just answering questions. So
thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, I'll see you guys next time. So
I really need to piss. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
This was Omar's podcast, episode 2. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.